Hello, science fans. Today we're going on an incredible journey. A journey into a world so small you can't see it without a powerful microscope, yet so important that it makes up every part of you and every animal on Earth. We're talking about the animal cell. Consider this. Your body is made of trillions, that's a 1 with 12 zeros after it, of these tiny little units. They're like the Lego bricks of life. Each brick is a single cell, and when you put them all together in just the right way, you get something amazing, like a muscle, a bone, or even a brain. Understanding the cell is the first step to understanding life itself. It's science, and it's all around us, and us. So why should we care about these microscopic blobs of life? Because everything your body does, from thinking a thought to kicking a soccer ball, starts at the cellular level. Cells are the fundamental units of life, the smallest things that can be considered alive. They take in nutrients, convert those nutrients into energy, and carry out specialized functions. It's a bustling city of activity, and we're about to take a grand tour of its most important buildings and workers. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty, let's get a big picture view. Imagine an animal cell as a miniature, self-contained city. First up on our tour is the big boss, the command center of the entire cell city, the nucleus. This is where all the important decisions are made. The nucleus holds the cell's master blueprint, the DNA. Think of the nucleus as the city hall. Think of the nucleus as the main control room of a giant factory. It contains all the instructions for everything the cell will ever do. How to grow, what to become, when to divide. It sends out orders in the form of molecules to all the other parts of the cell, telling them what to do and when to do it. Without the nucleus directing the show, the cell city would be in total chaos. Now, every bustling city needs a reliable source of energy, right? Well, in our cell city, that's the job of the mitochondria. These are the mighty power plants. They take in nutrients, sugars, fats, and convert them into a special type of energy molecule called ATP. This ATP is like the electricity that powers all the lights. This ATP powers factories. A cell that needs a lot of energy, like a muscle cell, will have thousands of these powerful little generators working around the clock. They have a smooth outer membrane and a wrinkly folded inner membrane. These folds create a huge surface area, like having many, many more assembly lines in your power plant. The more folds, the more power. Now that we have our blueprints from the nucleus and power from the mitochondria, it's time to start building things. That's where the ribosomes and the endoplasmic reticulum, or ER, come in. Ribosomes are the tiny construction workers of the cell. They read the instructions from the nucleus and use them to build proteins. Proteins are the machines and building materials of the cell. They do almost everything. The endoplasmic reticulum, or ER, is like a massive factory complex with long, winding hallways. Rough ER is studded with ribosomes where many proteins are built and modified, the main assembly line. Smooth ER has no ribosomes. It produces lipids, hormones, and detoxifies harmful substances. The hazardous materials wing. Once our proteins and lipids are built in the ER factory, they need to be sorted, packaged, and shipped to their final destinations. Think of the Golgi as the cell's post office or shipping department. It receives the newly made products, puts finishing touches on them, and sorts them. It packages them into vesicles. Vesicles are like mail trucks, delivering to other organelles or outside the cell. Old, worn-out parts or waste materials, you can't let trash pile up. That's where lysosomes come to the rescue. Lysosomes are the recycling center and cleanup crew. They engulf and break down waste, old organelles, and foreign invaders, turning trash into reusable parts. They digest junk into simple molecules the cell can reuse, the ultimate recycling program, keeping the cell city clean, tidy, and efficient. Next, let's look at structure, storage, and security around the city. Every city needs a framework, roads, and a border to define its limits. In the cell, this is provided by the cytoskeleton and the cell membrane. The cytoskeleton isn't a solid bone. It's a dynamic network of protein fibers that crisscross the cell. Think of it as the city's scaffolding, road system, and monorails all in one. It gives the cell its shape, provides structural support, and acts as tracks for moving organelles. Without it, the cell would be a shapeless puddle and nothing could be transported. Next, let's talk about the city's border patrol, the cell membrane. This is the outer boundary of the entire animal cell, a flexible, semi-permeable barrier. Imagine security guards screening who comes in and out. The cell membrane controls everything that enters and leaves the cell. It lets in nutrients and water while keeping out unwanted substances. It also lets waste products exit, crucial for maintaining homeostasis. Floating within the cell is a jelly-like substance called the cytoplasm. Think of the cytoplasm as the ground, air, and water of our cell city. It's mostly water packed with salts, proteins, and molecules, a busy environment where reactions happen. The nucleus sends blueprints, ribosomes build proteins, folds them, and mitochondria provide the energy. The Golgi packages and ships, and lysosomes clean up and recycle, all supported by the cytoskeleton and protected by the selective membrane. Each part is distinct yet interconnected, working as a perfect team. That, my friends, is the incredible scientific wonder of the animal cell. Thanks for joining the tour. Keep exploring and stay curious. Check the description for links to diagrams and quizzes to test what you learned. See you next time for more microscopic adventures.